Starseed Heart here. I am so excited to do this reading. I literally just brought everything outside and it's getting unboxed and then this being opened up to the moon. This is actually going to be the first reading we're going to start off with tonight is our 12-21-21 reading, which probably isn't even going to include hardly any of this, so I don't feel bad about opening it up while speaking to you. This is going to be our portal reading. The energy is going to be coming from the full moon in Gemini that just took place. Our sun in Sagittarius. We still have Shirin. Oh, it's still messed up. I just pulled everything out. Literally have not done anything yet. Have not called upon anything. I've been getting a lot of... I actually was not going to do this reading since we just did one on the 12th. And I thought, well, that's kind of a little too much all at once. And I'm getting a calling to do it anyway. So I'm doing it anyway. Like I said, I was not going to do this reading, but we are. We're now officially in motion and we are taking care of business. Just as we start to discuss a little bit of the messages that I've received in the past couple of days, I see that people are really focusing on manifestation. One of the things that I want to clarify with you is that during your manifestation time, you know, world is going on around us. We don't always have the opportunity to have the most quiet environment while manifesting. But try your hardest to keep the energies around you. At least have, like, if you're into aromatherapy, have your favorite fragrance around you. If not, if you can't do that, you know, I'm into essential oils and aromatherapy, but I'm very careful about what I use. Certain products are actually not good for animals, and since I foster animals, I can't use some of them. That type of thing, doing that type of research, understanding what products are good for you and your kids. You know, for me, it's pretty basic, right? If it says, on the label, careful, do not use during pregnancy. Well, I really don't want to use it when I'm not pregnant either. Sorry. If it says on the label, and actually there is one product that does say that, but I use it on my floors when I clean my floors. I add it in to give my floors. I like my orange floors to smell like oranges or eucalyptus. It's a very healing fragrance for me. I don't use my runes in readings, and I have no intention to. But every once in a while, when one of them calls out to me, and they were like, I don't bring them out very often. When I do, it's usually when it's a full moon, and they just want to get their energy. I don't use them any longer. In my readings, I used to quite a bit, but I'm just basically bring them out for clearing. And we'll talk about this one that was standing out here for us. Oh, we have another that wants to speak. They like to speak too. Like I said, I don't use them very much anymore, except when it's called on for us to use them. Like I said, I'm not against using runes. I love using runes, actually, but there's a time and a place for everything, in my opinion, right? And we're just going to do a quick clearing of the energy because I'm all wound up. I'm actually off this week, but I did a bit of dashing today for fun. I really enjoy meeting new people. That's one of my favorite things. I mean, it's a lot of work when you get into it, but I really enjoy showing up at someone's door with hot food. I don't know why. I love it. So it's actually one of the jobs that I have that I absolutely enjoy. Sometimes I have to lean on it for monetary purposes, but overall, I just enjoy it for the joy that I can bring to someone else's household. Or somebody who's at home, maybe mobility impaired and is unable to go out and have that dinner. I absolutely love that energy. I used to have a ton of crystal bowls. I don't know if I've told you guys, but I lost one of my houses in 2017 to a major flood in Houston. And I lost a lot of my product that I used for readings and whatnot at that time. And I actually have not replaced it with the same items just because they were so expensive. And I don't ever want to see that kind of loss again, to lose that kind of those types of items that, oh my gosh, I just totally cherished and loved. All right, so outside of my energy, clearing my energy out of here, out of this reading, let's talk a little bit about these two runes that popped up and they want to speak. So the first rune here is Radu. Everybody has a different name for them. I go with the Viking. I'm more inclined. And Jira. And if you play ESO, it's spelled just the same as Jira and ESO. I play ESO. Okay, so let's talk about these two runes and what they mean together. And then we're going to go into the messages and the readings that I've received. The messages I have received and then the reading. Okay, so let's start with Radu. This rune is all about communications. The atonement of something has two sides, two elements, with the ultimate union that comes to the end of the journey. So from what I see is somebody's manifestation is coming to fruition. And it's just been a huge theme this December that manifestations are coming into fruition. As you fine tune this, whatever it is that you manifested, take the time to really have it in tune before you bring it out to the public or before you establish it in your life, right? And this is what this rune is asking for. Once you are clear, you can neutralize your refusal to let right action flow through you. Not intent on movement, be content to wait. While you wait, keep on removing resistances. As the obstructions give away, all remorse arising from trying to make things happen disappears. And so the journey is towards self-healing, self-change, and union. You are concerned here with nothing less than unobstructed, perfect union. But the union of heaven and earth cannot be forced, regulated in excess in your life. Material advantages must not weigh heavily in this journey of self towards yourself. So this is really a journey of self towards thyself. I will to thy will. Such a prayer of intention is proper in any occasion and is particularly appropriate as preamble to healing. I will to will thy will. The next one we're going to talk about here is going to be Jira. Okay, we had Radu, and Jira. This is communication. Let's talk a little bit about Jira. One moment. I have to read this because when I use them in readings, they have different meaning based on the cards and where they fall. Here we're just going to do the blanket reading of this rune. It's beneficial to outcomes. This is your harvest. So this is the communication, and then this is your harvest. A rune of beneficial outcome, 0, applies to any activity or endeavor to which you are committed. Be aware, however, that no quick results can be expected. A span of time is usually involved, hence the key words 1 year, symbolizing a full cycle before the reaping, the harvest, or deliverance. You have prepared the ground and planted the seed. Now you must cultivate that with care. To those whose labor has a long season, a long coming to term, outcome is to the keeping of providence and continue to persevere. Remember the old story about the farmer who was so eager to assist his crops that he went out at night and tugged on the new shoots. There is no way to push the river. Equally, you cannot hasten the harvest. Be mindful that patience is essential for the recognition of your own process, which in its own season leads to the harvest of the self. So let's talk a little bit about this. We have someone in our community who is manifesting and is coming to fruition. However, you have to take in mind basically the time that manifestation is to be harvested, right? So, for instance, if you have a perennial or an annual whatever it is you're manifesting, it only makes sense that it's going to come out at a certain time, whether that it's something that's going to flourish in the spring, flourish in the summer, flourish in the fall and winter. And what you want that to do, you want it to last, right? For more than just the fall, the spring, and the winter. But allow it to come out at the time that it should. Don't force something to manifest that's not ready. Because from what I'm seeing here, you have a few things that maybe are still obstacles or barriers in your way, and they don't make the perfect manifestation for you. So let those obstacles and barriers ease, or take the time to work through those obstacles and barriers so that when your manifestation does come to fruition, that it's as perfect or as close to what you actually imagined that it could be. So we're going to start off with these 2 runes today. Alrighty. So we're going to pull out some cards here in a moment. I'm going to start with the messages first, and then we're going to move into what is going on, spiritual energy around the messages, and then we'll move from there. So I'm hearing and I'm feeling that somebody is ready to go on an adventure in life, whether it's to take a sabbatical, or whether it's, you've been cooped up for a while and you're going on a long vacation, or whether you're going on a short vacation but you want it to have deep meaning. Whoever you are, you're going to be protected on that journey. So if you've been worried about travel, due to the virus or your own health or your family's health or whatnot, you're going to be protected on this journey. But just because you're protected doesn't mean you let go of all of the things that you do to take care of yourself, right? So, like, make sure you're showering, and make sure you're not, I know now, I shower and, clean myself so much that when I touch something, even when it's like a grocery cart and it's icky, I have Clorox wipes in my car. And that is the first thing I do, is wipe my hands down, wipe my steering wheel down, wipe my gear shift down. And it's just a part of my life now until the icky goes away. So just because you're protected and your family is protected, use common sense, right? I'm hearing and feeling that someone is starting a new business. And maybe that you're worried about like the monetary and like startup costs, like, which is completely understandable. But Spirit's saying, like, look outside the box, right? Don't overextend yourself at the beginning. You know, there's tons of places to go. There's a place called like Upworks. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but you can like hire graphic designers there, executive assistants. I've actually done work on there for people. You can hire somebody on there, and basically you draw the terms, right, when you sign up. If you need some assistance that way, and you don't want to employ, you know, a ton of people, there's a ton of sites like that out there. I don't know the other ones. I just know the ones that I've been to, and I don't advertise for people, by the way. I'm just telling you my own life experiences and how it would help you through yours. If that's kind of what the problem is, like as far as like startup, you can actually go on there and write your own job description and what your pay is going to be. And that's that. And then there's people out there searching for work, and they're going to say whether they're interested or not. And you may have 2 or 3 people, and you can interview those people. It's just an idea. Also, don't forget to go, if you're in the United States, the small business. If you're outside of the United States, I know there's organizations like that all over the world that are like the SBA. I don't know the names of them, but there's a lot of grants that are coming out right now for new business startups, and a lot of countries are giving those grants out because they want the economy back up and running. So think outside the box. Look to places that you wouldn't have normally looked to in the past. This is aventurine, by the way, if you're wondering what this is. This is aventurine. Peace to whoever is going to see their family and they have a lot of anxiety around it. Like they don't feel accepted by their family. They feel like they're different. Peace to you. You're loved and respected, not only in our community, but also by your higher self. And your higher self is loved in the community as well. So please know that about yourself. Yeah, I'm feeling that somebody else is in like a controlling environment, whether it, not controlling like in the sense of like abused, but like in the sense that they're in a controlling environment, that the people they're around have a ton of opinions for them and a ton of judgments based off of what you're manifesting and you're doing and you're working towards. Just remember, when you start something or you end something, the foundation that you either begin or you leave is yours, right? And that you have the right, a free will. And I hope you have the support you need. If not, feel free to email me at starseedheart@gmail.com. I'm happy to have open communications with you if somebody is struggling and they're in a controlling environment. There's a lot of resources out there. I don't always encourage people to leave these environments, more along the lines, set boundaries in these environments, because I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's, I'm not into the destruction of anything. Some things are phases and something is there to stay. I don't know the situation. But blessings to you. And I hope that you're able to maneuver through this environment and turn it into something that's more supportive of you and the other person. A lot of people move into unions and think that, oh, this other person is going to change and I'm going to change and there's nothing better than the union where neither one of you have to change, but you have acceptance of one another. Yes, you have the eagle spirit with you. You're going to have, yeah, you have it. You're having you need a type of spiritual retreat. There's a transformation energy. There's a leadership energy and a flow energy that's with you. So let's take a little bit this eagle spirit, number 13, your freedom that you have in this situation. And I feel like this is, I wouldn't have pulled the cards on that message if I didn't feel like this was kind of like an overarching concern for a few people here. You see the eagle flying above and the Pegasus getting ready to take off. Right? They both have the freedom to take off at will. It doesn't need to happen together. The Pegasus can take its time, its own flight pattern. Right? And in the end, I would love to see how this card transforms when they're both there. Look at the blessing of the mountains, of the air, of the earth in this card. Please know that you have that. The blessings of your starseed community. Please know that. Please make sure you're star watching. It's so important. It's so important for all of us that we stay connected and remember your next is retreat. Spirit guardian of winter. See how this house is in a globe, but the winter is still going on all around it. Yet all of these cozy little settings are set. Right? This is what I wish for you. This bit of retreat to number 38. This bit of retreat in order to collect yourself, that warm and cozy moment. Maybe some of you are going to go to a cabin for Christmas or this winter and enjoy yourself. I know a few places in the U.S. if you're looking for, the cabins are absolutely spectacular. It's in the Ozarks. If you're interested, just email me. I'll give you a few spots if you need a getaway. Number 39. Leadership, stag spirit. Look at the energy going on in this person's aura. This stag is attracting. Now, stags are supposed to be moving through the forest, right? And camouflaged and unseen. This stag is attracting all kinds of energy in this moment, right? Just know that. When you're shining and your aura is as bright as can be, people are going to question you, right? They're not going to, and just be a leader about how you answer. People are going to question you, but just know that you have to really and truly, as number 39, this is empowerment. Some people are going to be attracted to you because they're envious. Some people are going to be jealous. Some people are going to be attracted to you because they're going to be, what are you doing? I want to be on the same path as you. So just know that when people are asking you questions, dig a little deeper and find out what the intention is. I feel like butterfly spirit, number 8, I feel like somebody around you is going to be brought through the transformation phase through your seeing your aura, just seeing you shine, right? And so just remember that we don't want everybody's transformation and activations to be as, how can we say? Some of ours were very abrupt because they were just brought on us so quickly. And, we have the power as leaders in this community, right? To help others' transformations be a little bit more seamless and a little bit more acceptable, right? And that's why when I see people going, oh, you have to go through this phase, you have to go through this painful phase in order to get where I am. And that's not true. We're already there. We're already carrying that energy. Our job is to carry that energy through. Our job is not to place that energy on someone else and say, you have to do it this way because this is the way it happened to me. And that, to me, is incorrect. There is nothing wrong with somebody's spirit moving seamlessly through an activation. There's actually somebody standing in the woods watching you right now, and I'm not sure why. Just letting y'all know that. Meandering pathway, flow. Number 24. Go with the flow, right? And it's okay for you to share that flow with others. Right? It's okay for them to have an understanding of how you feel and how you would demonstrate to others. This thought of this old way of thinking that because I walked, barefoot to school and blah, 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 you have to do it too. It has to be this way. It has to be a painful process in order for you to feel what I feel. And that's not necessarily true, right? And so keep that in mind as you move forward. And I feel like somebody in the community wants to help others. Do it with this type of energy. The glow is already there. Why diminish it so that someone has to bring it back? We don't have the time for that type of energy, right? We want everybody up and running as fast as possible. And you know what? If somebody's up and running faster than you are, so what? They have different trials and life purposes than you. Won't you feel great that you helped somebody push their life purpose along a lot faster than you did? There's nothing wrong with you helping somebody move through the obstacles quicker than you did. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Just remember that. And whoever's watching me in the woods now, please go away and go home. Thank you. I am going to pull a Starseed Oracle Growth card. And we're going to see where this goes. See if it runs with the theme of our reading. Yeah, signs. Somebody is still seeing signs. The universe has been gently nudging you forward by revealing to you signs and synchronicities. And it's our job too, for the people that have been there, to let people know, like, these are signs and there's nothing wrong with it, right? Especially synchronicities, especially numerology, because it's everywhere. It's on license plates, it's on addresses, it's in signs, it's whatnot. And and just guiding them, saying, somebody's saying, oh man, I'm seeing these numbers often, over and over again, right? And they're coming to you because they know that you're accepting of that conversation, right? You can steer them to Joanne's angel numbers online. It's a great place to just look them up real quickly and be able to pull up your angel numbers and know that, hey, this means that I need to stay positive during this type of energy. And there's nothing wrong with those types of affirmations. Being someone that is really sharing of affirmations is actually going to not only help others around you push through obstacles, but it's going to keep your aura like this. And you're going to keep attracting people. I find that that's something that's endearing, but also alarming, because there's a part of it that's, this is a journey of mine. It's not that it's secretive. It's more along the line of, I really don't, I want to make sure I'm living my life purpose, right? And I feel that about some of you. It's okay. It's okay to stop and help another along on their journey. Just make sure you don't try and blend your journey too much with theirs, and don't let them influence yours, and get back on track. There's a time to let someone go and, okay, you're done now. I've given you all the resources. This is where you can go to look it up. This is where you can discern your own opinion of things. This is where you can go to look into what resonates with you, right? So I thank you all for joining me today for these messages, and we'll see you next time. Bye.